up, people? Welcome back to another episode of Stars and Garters. I'm Katie Pettit, and today I have back with me on the pod again my brother Samuel. I know I said I was going to do an episode with everyone last week, but I didn't get to record with Wyatt or Mom. I'm going to record with them this week, and so they will be in the subsequent. My gosh, I'm tired. Subsequent weeks, so you will get to see them. They will be here, but yes, I'm doing another one with Samuel, and this is kind of random. It's not really relevant anymore, but you know what? Do I do random stuff all the time. That's kind of like I think I do that most of the time. So, I don't really care and it's relevant to me and this is my podcast. So, yesterday Samuel, he really wanted me to watch this movie and yesterday we watched it, but he recently saw the remake live action prequel to The Lion King. Mufasa, The Lion King, and he really wanted me to see that, so we watched that together yesterday. And I didn't really have any intention of watching it. Like, I assumed I would eventually, but I didn't really plan on watching it. But he really wanted me to watch it, so we did. And he wanted to do a review of it with me, so that's what we're gonna do. First off, I think since you saw it first, and I mean, we did the episode about The Lion King together, so I think we started with you talking about it. So, what are your general thoughts?
Like, explain it in just a few words. It's a story with a lion who's going to be a king and has serious trauma.
That's what you said for the first one. That's what you said about The Lion King. So yeah, what did you think? Let's start with what did you think about the way they did the story, about how they explained, Scar and Mufasa becoming brothers and his whole backstory. What did you think about that?
Like, it is really fun to see Taka turn into Scar. And I really like Taka's accent. Is it British? I don't really know.
It's something like that.
Like, the story is really good. Like, it was also, spoiler alerts are going to be dropping, like, bombs in this episode. It was I did not expect Taka to actually like Sarabi. That I can kind of see how he turned into Scar.
Yeah, so I knew that this was supposed to be like the story of how Scar and Mufasa grew up together. And so I don't think I had that many expectations. I knew that the lore, I'm pretty sure this is not new. I mean, a lot of it is new lore, but I think the thing about Scar being Taka and being renamed Scar, I think that was already pre-established lore. But everything else, I'm pretty sure they came up with. And the thing is, I think it's fine what they did and what they added, and it all kind of did make sense. I mean, them being adopted, like, obviously didn't have to be that way, but like they made it that way and I think it was fine. And I think a lot of it was good prequel stuff. I mean, people have opinions on how they feel about prequels. I know some people are just literally just predisposed, hate all prequels, and I'm not really like that. I don't think I hate a certain type of movie unless it's like a documentary, and even then you can find documentaries that I like. But I didn't come into this thinking like a prequel. But my thing is, everything that they did, even though it was fine and some of it was even like pretty good, I think it would have been better if it had been animated. I think it would have been better if it had looked like the original Lion King, so it felt more connected to this, because this movie just feels like a different movie. It feels separate. It looks different, and it's like you can't, like, half the time I couldn't tell who was who because there's like live action. And so making a whole new movie, the live action remake is one thing, but then making an entirely new movie but also live action, it just feels odd. It feels more separate from the original Lion King. So that was the main problem for me, was that everything they did, even though a lot of it was good and a lot of it made sense, the origin of him becoming Scar and him also liking Sarabi, I thought that was fine. It's kind of undercut for me by the fact that it is live action, and that makes it feel very separate from the original. So, as a movie on its own, I say this a lot of time, like, sometimes it's good to, like, step back and just look at it as a separate movie on its own, and so it's fine in that regard, but I think that this is a lot more difficult to look at as a separate movie since it is, like, connected to The Lion King, and it's like supposed to be a prequel, and it's supposed to explain a lot of things. So, yeah, I thought the story was good. I thought they made some good additions. I thought that it explained things well. I thought the origin of Scar becoming evil was good. I thought them becoming brothers was good. And I thought that, you have Zazu and him meeting Sarabi. I thought that was all good. And of course, them like discovering Pride Rock and everything. But it's just all. I think it would have been better had it just been animated and just looked like the original.
What would you say is your favorite song?
That's actually what I was gonna talk about next. I was gonna ask you what you thought about the new music in the movie.
The music is really good. One thing I do like about the story. So, have you ever seen the animated Lion King 2?
Mhm.
It stinks.
No, it doesn't.
There are a bunch of plot holes. Like who
Okay.
who are those random guys that just pop up? It's just it's weird. I don't know their names. The like outsiders.
They're Scar's kin.
What?
They're Scar's family.
They never explain that.
Yes, they do.
They don't.
If they didn't, I wouldn't know it.
Well,
I will say that I do like The Lion King too. Obviously, I'm not claiming that it's better than The Lion King 1 or anything. But I'm saying as far as Disney
better.
sequels go, I know the Disney sequels have a bad history or whatever. I think as Disney sequels go, it does very well, and I think it does really good with expanding Simba's family and then showing how he gets to be a father, since so much of the first one focused on his relationship with his father. And I thought it was a fun movie. Obviously, it's not the first one, and the first one is so amazing and iconic, and you can't exactly live up to that. But I think as far as Disney sequels go, it deserves some credit for not sucking. But anyway, in Mufasa, what did you think of the new music in Mufasa?
Well, I was gonna say, and you already kind of touched on it. I really like Mufasa because it shows Kiara in it, like and Simba's daughter. Yeah, that. But the new music is definitely fun. Like my brother or brother. I don't really know. I don't know the names of any of them at all. I just know they're an absolute vibe.
So, with the songs, for me, they did feel a little bit like it felt a little lackluster for me because it was interesting. Because Minnie Manuel Umbrella, Lin Manuel Miranda wrote the songs for this movie, and he's obviously amazingly talented. If you don't know, he was the dude from Hamilton. He wrote that whole thing, so obviously he's incredibly talented. But I want to be careful in saying this. I think maybe it's just the way. I think his writing style, he may have compromised a little bit on his usual vibe, trying to match the style of The Lion King, but it ended up being like half. It ended up being like his style, but like half as good, and then the Lion King style, but half as good, and they tried to mesh that together, and that it didn't work great for me on most of the songs. It was like, this is a fun song, but I am not particularly impressed by it. I will say,
no clue what you're talking about here. I'm dropping hint into the audience because I have no clue what you're talking about.
okay. I think.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
I don't know what you are talking about.
I was talking about the guy who wrote the music.
I don't know who that is.
Okay. I thought Rafiki's song. I did like Rafiki's song because I like Rafiki. I think he was actually done really well. I think he was done closest to like the original. I feel like Rafiki, you can't really mess up Rafiki if you just make him a weird, crazy old baboon or whatever he said he was.
Actually, he's a mandrill, Katie.
Okay,
I'm
sorry.
surprised you didn't know that.
Okay, so I like that. That was actually really fun, and I think it fit with like Rafiki, but like specifically his part. Again, when the other people started singing, it was still good. I still like that song more than the others, but It was just there was this weird vibe of like it's like it's similar to the style of The Lion King. It also you can see Lin Manuel Miranda's style in it, but it feels like you just took half of those and tried to mesh them together, and it didn't end up. It didn't. I didn't really like it as much as I thought. As much as those two things combined, maybe feels like I should have liked it, but I don't think it was like bad. It was just for the amount of material and talent into it, it felt like it could have been a lot better. Is all I'm saying.
Okay then. In Brother, that's what I'm calling it now. There's one part I find funny when I almost said Simba. When Mufasa is like out on his own, he's like, I've always wanted a brother. And he says, I still remember my mother. And I'm like, and it kind of feels like Mufasa's like, hey, my mom's still alive in this story. Just so you know, I haven't forgotten about her. I still remember my mother. But she doesn't appear until the very end of the movie.
Yeah, there were some parts I didn't really follow as much with all like the new characters and stuff. I kind of spaced out a little bit. But so like you said that song "Bye Bye." You said you thought I was really gonna like that
because you like with Scar, you love Be Prepared.
I do. It's my favorite Disney song of all time.
Like I thought since Kiros, like he's a villain, I thought you might like it.
I think it was fine. Like I didn't dislike it. The thing is though, like comparing it to Be Prepared, which is like my favorite Disney song of all time.
That.
It's like it felt a bit like the Bye Bye thing. That just it felt a bit silly and not very intimidating. It like undercut all of the attempts to make it seem like a serious villain song because he was like bye bye. And I was like, okay. So like be prepared. It's like he has very clear evil intentions and it's very like intimidating and it just has all of the evil vibes and just his very conniving personality and all that. It just like captures that super well. And with Kiros, I didn't. It just kind of felt like, is he supposed to be intimidating me right now because it's not working?
One like probably the only thing I don't like about Bye Bye is like at the end when he's like
yeah, that was weird. That was weird. He just starts cat barking or what?
I don't really understand it.
Yeah, but I just so overall, like, what would you give it out of 5?
Like 1 to 5 stars for Bye Bye.
No, the movie.
Am I like comparing it to other stuff or just
what is it? Overall everything?
It's really hard to rate this movie without the other movies because there's a lot you have to do to get a 5-star rating after all that's happened with The Lion. But I think I'd give it like a 3.9.
Okay. I think I would give it a. Don't be mad at me, okay? I think I would give it a 2.5.
What?
Because just some movies, they can get off with being a movie connected to other things. Because, like, for example, Marvel movies. There's a few Marvel movies in there where I can watch them and kind of. Because some of them fit less well within the context of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I can kind of discard that and just watch them as a movie and still get a lot of enjoyment from them. This one, I couldn't quite do that from it, even though I think if it wasn't connected to anything, it would have been a fine movie and would have gotten a higher rating. But since it is so difficult to disconnect it from the original Lion King and everything, I just think it didn't deliver on a lot of things. It's still not a bad movie. I think it did a fine take on like his origin, and I don't think it was bad or dumb or cheap. I don't think anything was done with that. It's just I think it was a little bit. It just didn't deliver the things I think it was trying to deliver, and that's just my opinion. I'm very glad that you like it. I like to see you enjoying it and having fun with it. It just wasn't for me personally.
I mean, I'm fine with that because like there's a lot to look up to. As I like I don't think you can beat the first Lion King.
Yeah.
Like that's a 5-star rating.
Yeah. I've actually been thinking that I need to do another episode revising my top 10 movies because I realized that The Lion King was below Pitch Perfect 2. And I was just thinking
Wait,
that over
what?
and I was kind of like, I think that actually might be unacceptable.
I personally wouldn't be all too surprised if Lion King was in the number one spot
For you?
for you. Like if you had Lion King as your favorite movie of all time, like
Oh, really? Well, Tommy Boy is probably always going to be my favorite, just for all the reasons. I already said all that stuff in my top 10 movies. But Lion King, also, I'm a hard audience because The Lion King is literally my favorite Disney movie of all time. So there was more that I was a little harder to impress. So I like to give movies the benefit of the doubt, and I don't like to just go into a movie expecting to hate it. I find that pretty annoying when people come into movies with preconceived notions about I'm going to hate this movie. I think you're just setting yourself up to not like it. And I think that that's kind of you should at least give it a chance. It's fine to decide you don't like something. I have decided I don't particularly like this movie, but I didn't come into this movie thinking, "Oh, a prequel, a live action. Oh, it's going to suck." I think that's pretty. I mean, you can do that. You can do whatever you can come into a movie whatever expectations you want. But I think that that's a little
you can come into this podcast with whatever expectations you want.
yes. I just think that that's kind
just
of a
please make them good.
it's kind of a bummer way to look at it. So, it's a little less fun, but maybe movies aren't really your thing, and that's fine too.
Maybe podcasts are your thing.
Maybe podcasts are your thing, but
if so, you're in the right place.
But it's subjective. It's subjective is the big thing. People forget. People just love to blur the lines, and I think that people just forget that. At the end of the day, it's a movie, bro. It might mean something to you, but it is a movie, and at the end of the day, sometimes it's just not that deep, and you just need to calm down because maybe you didn't like it, but like, I think it's good, and I'm not trying to like brag or anything, but I think it is a good thing to be able to see him enjoying it and be like, I'm glad you enjoyed this movie, and not be like, you like that movie? That's actually a stupid movie. Like, no, he's having fun. Why should I be mad about that? You know what I'm like? He's not doing anything wrong. It's just a movie.
Some people
There's that little rant.
Some people just like being prepared to hate movies.
Yes, some people are haters. Some people are haters. Yes, I got the pun. I did get the pun. Okay, so do you have any closing remarks?
Well, I do kind of want to touch on the characters a bit.
Oh.
We haven't really talked much about them at all. Who do you think was your favorite new character? And that can include Taka. He is technically new.
New character? I liked that Eshe.
Eshe? Like, Eshe liking Mufasa kind of came back because, like, while, like, they're in Malele, Taka is mad because everyone chose him. His father, his mother, Sarabi, Zazu. Zazu. But I do really like that Obasi. Like, he was. If I'm being honest, Obasi was kind of a jerk because he wanted to eat Mufasa. But like he shifts because Mufasa saves Eshe.
Mhm.
But like with Eshe, he came back to bite Mufasa.
Mhm.
And the story, I really like that they show how Scar got his scar. That is fun.
Well, that is pretty much it.
Yeah.
So thank you for being on the podcast, and thank you for letting me watch the movie with you.
Letting you.
Recommend or just did. Okay. So yeah, but thank you for being on the podcast. Thank you for watching or listening, and make sure to subscribe, make sure to comment
Merry
and follow.
Christmas.
Make sure to share this with your friends. That's probably the most important one. Share it with your friends. Who cares about movies?
What?
Share it. No, I'm saying share it with their friends who care about movies. Yeah. So, I will see you guys next